We have expressed our concerns. Oh, I'm sure they're trembling in Moscow and in Tehran. This is an extremely important thing that has just happened. What the Russians are giving the Iranians is the most sophisticated air defense system on the planet. It can track 100 targets at once. It means that once it arrives in Iran as an installed, probably by the end of the year, they will be essentially invulnerable to any Israeli or even American attack. So when Obama says if they cheat, we can reimpose sanctions, we have the military option, everything's on the table, that is no longer so. But look at why this occurred. This was done by the Russians in response to the announcement 3 weeks ago, the giddy announcement by the Secretary of State in Geneva, in Lausanne, that we had had this interim agreement, which in fact we do not have. As we heard from the Iranians, there is no agreement on sanctions, no agreements on inspection, no agreements on anything of substance. So in order to make it look as if we had an agreement, which was done as a way to stop Congress from acting at the time, we make this announcement. The Russians say, well, if there's already this agreement, if we're already on the path, we are now going to allow the sale of the missiles. This is the damage done before the agreement is even signed. Imagine what the damage is going to be afterwards.
Well, it shows you that you can't get those sanctions back once you lift them. The sanctions regime is already falling apart if Russia's already, leaving the fold.
Right.
And this is why Henry Kissinger and George Shultz were begging the administration to have a comprehensive policy for how you're going to deal with Iran in the region as a whole, which we don't have yet.
And King Abdullah is joining in that plea. That's the point of connecting the dots. What he is saying in a measured way, but if you read between the lines, I am astonished that the United States looks at Iran extending its aggression everywhere. He names all the countries. Is now extending its influence, destabilizing, threatening all its neighbors. And the United States, together with the idea about the missiles being supplied, is pretending as if it can do the nuclear deal in isolation. It's going to be feeding the Treasury. Apart from the fact that it gives Iran a path to develop nukes, it's going to be putting hundreds of billions of dollars into the Iranian Treasury precisely to accelerate its aggression. And Obama's idea that it will moderate its aggression is simply lunatic.
And quickly,